We'll check it with the internet site by opening Internet Explorer and typing www.mail.ks.gov. Again, you'll have that front page. And this time, we're going to click here to access email over the web. From here, if you're using a work computer or a home computer that's not being used by the public, you can check this as a private computer. And then in the username, you type mail slash R, your first initial, and then your full last name. And then you type in your password. And then log in. It'll ask you for some settings. If you're visually impaired, you can use this checkbox at the top to make things bigger. We'll leave it at English. This time zone's right. Looks good. We'll hit OK. And here you are into your email. Please note, passwords will expire, and you have the option of changing it when those messages start popping up, or you can wait until the very last day. So we know this web part of it works just fine. We can now close this, and now we'll open it up in Microsoft Outlook. So programs, then Microsoft Office, then Microsoft Outlook. From the profile name, you're going to pick the profile that you typed in. And we're going to hit OK. It'll ask you for your password. It's already populated the username. And we're going to select Remember My Credentials, and then OK. And it may take a moment or two to load the profile, being it's a new profile. You'll get asked about this Hotmail account. I don't have Hotmail, so I'm not worried about it. But as you see off to the side, we have Ruth's library.ks.gov account. And so we know everything is working there. We're going to go ahead and close this. Now we're going to use a program called MailStore. We're going to use it to make this process easier. It cuts out a lot of extra work. And then after we're done with it, we're going to get rid of it off of our computers because we should. So in the main library, we're going to type //HMLBO/SHML2011-905 and we're going to type software _share, and we're going to hit enter, and that will pop up a window with some programs in it. For those folks at Talking Books, you'll need to enter //SLKTB01, then again, software _share. program that you will find in there that we want is called Mail Store Home Setup. And you can just double click that. It may ask you if you want to run it. Yes, we want to run it. And then we'll just walk through the basic install. Just select OK for English. You accept the agreement. Next. It's going to tell you where it's stored. Next. And then install. When it's done, we can tell it to start MailStore now. I'm going to close this window first. And it'll also populate your desktop with an icon. Hit finish. Where should MailStore store all email and settings? We're going to create a new email archive. We're going to change our directory. For those people in the main library, you want to save it to your G drive. And for those people at Talking Books, you want to save it to wherever you made that folder on your local machine. I know what directory I want to go to here, so let's see if I can do this here. Well, in my case, I can't get to where I want to be, which is fine. I'm going to make a real quick folder. Now we want to archive our email. After you click archive my email, we are going to select Google Mail. And in the Google Mail, you're going to type your full kslib.info email address. In this tutorial, it's Ruth A at kslib.info, and then the associated password for that. And then you can test. Now please note it says to enable IMAP in your Google Mail, and it tells you how to do that. We should have done that very first thing. We will test the account. It'll make the connection. We'll select OK. We will then select Next. Folders that we're going to pull from. This has include folders, and it has exclude folders. So it's going to go to her email account and show all the folders that she currently has. In this case, it says we're not going to include the always exclude the spam and trash, but we're going to also always exclude where is it? Sent mail. Sent. Okay, apparently add does the same thing. my personal email account didn't have any folders, so we're going to exclude the sent mail. We're going to add all of these. I think you can only do it one at a time. Let's see. Yeah, one at a time. So, like I said, time-consuming process. Oops, I did that twice. We'll just delete, highlight, and then delete. Forgot where I was at. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to highlight them all. I'll be right back. Alright, so I've spent about a half hour putting in manually about 200 or so folders. You don't have to do this process if you don't want to, because if you read right here, if no folders are specified in this area, MailStore will process all folders. But I wanted to put some peace of mind out there for folks that I know have had issues with migrations before. They can manually put this process in if they have any doubts. So you can do that. And if you want to go with the default, which is it'll process all the folders and just exclude a couple of folders, you can do that also. And we'll hit OK. So it says all email folders are going to be processed. Some folders will be excluded. And in this case, that's going to be the mail, the spam, and the sent emails. And we're also going to archive unread messages, being that we want everything to move. We're not going to pick any dates. And then we're going to hit next. Enter the name for your settings. I'd leave it like this, that way you can tell between your new account and your old account. These will actually separate out in your Microsoft Outlook and should do similar in your web interface. Make sure you're check marked on run after clicking finish, and we hit finish and it will initialize, and there it goes. It will process and process and process until it gets it all. Now be aware that being these are labels in Google and not actually folders, you're going to end up having duplicates of these things, because you'll see it in, you should see it in your main mail inbox, and then you'll see it broke out into the folders. So if you have labels, let's say you had a label broke out for Mark, a label broke out for Joe, and a label broke out for myself, and you put all those labels to one email, it will actually make a folder for Mark, Joe, and myself, and it will put that one email in each one of those folders. So you'll have triplicate of that. So I want you to be aware that you may see more mail than what you normally would. And we will return when this is done. So it's looking like we're about halfway through the process of pulling down Ruth's email into our archive, and so we've got a ways to go yet. The process of pulling it down is a lot faster than the process of pushing it up to the new server and the Microsoft Outlook. So with that in mind, you may end up starting it in the middle of the day, and then when you get to the end of the day, it still may be running. So at that time, you'll just need to lock your machine by, you should be able to lock it from Control-Alt-Delete, and then lock computer. And then it should finish overnight. So I figured I'd let you guys know that. The other problem that we may incur is if everybody waits till the last minute to do this, there's going to be a lot of bandwidth usage or internet usage. So if we're all trying to pull this information in all at the same time, it will slow the process down also. So I will say I'll discourage waiting till the last minute. At the end of this, I'll show everybody how to forward their email from Google into their new account so they won't be missing anything. You won't have to deal with 2 different accounts. But we'll talk about that when we get to that point. I'm going to drop off again, and I'll be back in a while. Okay, well, we have finished the archive process. And as you can see, we originally had almost 9,000 emails or something like that. And the program automatically went through and started with the folders or the labeled emails and broke those down into folders. So when it finally got to getting around to the actual inbox, it didn't include those in the transfer, so you didn't get duplicates in your inbox plus in the folder. So that's a nice feature to have in there. Save some of the housekeeping that we probably end up doing. I know I've found duplicates in my email that I've had to clear out since I've migrated. So from here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to close. Excuse me. And then we're going to go to Start. And then we're going to export the email. We're going to export it to Microsoft Outlook. And I want to get all the folders, so that's fine. We're going to give this a name that we did earlier when we opened up Microsoft Outlook. So it's going to be in the profile, rutha@library.kansas.gov. Easy way to remember which mail we're looking at. Hit next. And then it says enter the name for your setting. Microsoft Outlook is fine. If you want to call it something else, you can do so. But these settings are for mail store, so I think running with that's just fine. We'll hit finish. Now it will start the exporting process. And this is the part that's going to be time consuming as it reads each one of the emails. And it processes things backwards. So if it pulled down all the folders first, then it's going to start with the Gmail all mail folder and then it'll go in reverse of the order that it pulled it down as. And I'm sure you're looking at the screen and you're seeing message 1-4076. That's not what I named it. That's not what the name is. That is the indexing of the program. When you actually go into your mail, you will actually see the subject titles. This process will probably run the better part of 3, 4, maybe 6 hours. So when it's done, I shall return. If you want to make this disappear, you can go down your taskbar and right click, and if you hit show desktop, it will clear everything off your desktop, so you can go and open new programs if you wish, or as you see, it brings it back up in the background. or if you had something that you're running beforehand, like I have a couple things down here, you can pick whatever it is that you need to go to. So when this process is done, I will go ahead and come back. We'll see the final results. We'll get into bringing back our email contacts and proceed from there. So see you in a few hours. Okay, well, it's been a few hours now. I don't know if anyone's been keeping track of the timestamp down here. But yeah, I made a major boo-boo about 2 hours into this, and I actually killed the program and had to start all over again. And that was many hours ago. So if we're trying to get an idea of how much farther we have to go, and we can see this says Joe permissions forms. So if we look at the email, the Google Mail, so we've gotten all this area. That's all taken care of. We've got all there, and we keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And whoops, I already permission forms. We were in permission forms, so we're there, and to I don't know how many hours now, and we still have all these folders yet to go. So we're getting there. It's just taking a while. Anyway, next time I'm back, we will should be moving forward into actually seeing the emails and doing some imports of contacts and stuff. I'll see you in a while. Thank you. Okay, so we've completed the transfer. I'm guessing it took about 6 hours to send that into Microsoft Exchange. So we can close this. And we can close this. And now if we go into Microsoft Exchange and open it up, so this is how it looks. This is the actual inbox for our new server. This is the stuff we've imported in from Google. And you can see we have all our folders. We'll even go further and show the nested folders. I don't think anything was stored in the first two. Oh, I was wrong. So there's mail in there. I believe there should be mail in bounced. Yep, some mail in bounced. So as you can see, all our folders that were labels in Google did come across. There's email tucked away in the folders like there should be. A fair amount of folders sitting there. And then if we look at just the Gmail inbox, we still have lots of mail in there as it populates. don't have a visual way to verify everything is there, but you know, if I look at that and then I look at the web page, look at the web page real quick. Oops, probably helps if I put in the right password, huh? Okay, for some reason, all of a sudden, we're not valid. Well, let me call disk real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, we fixed that minor glitch. Anyway, as you can see from the web interface, exactly the same thing that you see in the Microsoft Outlook mail client. All the folders, all the mail. I have noticed a difference that it comes up, the mail actually comes up faster in the web interface than it seems to come up in the actual mail client. Not sure what that is. I have a feeling it's because it's resyncing with the server. That's a question I'm going to be having later today with disk. But everything's the same, and from this point on, you're good to go. Now, the only problem that we're going to have to take care of is that we need to go back to Google, which we will do now. Anything that was received after we did the exporting of the mail yesterday, we need to forward to have in our mail box. So I can tell you that everything from here up was items that came in after the import, and unfortunately, if you want to forward them along, you will have to do them one at a time. So forward, and then you type in the new mail address. And your new mail address when you're sending mail is your full name, in this case ruth.apple@library.ks.gov, and then send it on its way. So you'll have to do that with each individual email that you got after you did the export of the mail into that program that we're using, HomeStore. So I'll do the same thing with all these others. To get your mail so it's forwarding from this point on, you need to go to the gear, your mail settings, and then you're going to go to forwarding and pop/IPOP, and at the very top you're going to add a forwarding address, and this is where we're going to add our new address, Ruth. And next. Now it will send that email to the new account, and with a confirmation code. It's a number which we can go and open back up. email that we just sent for forwarding. You'll find the confirmation code on the second line. Just copy and paste it. Copy. We'll close that email. And here we'll do a paste. And we'll verify. Okay, now we're forwarding. What you want to do from this point on is the question. So right now, forwarding is disabled. We're going to enable it. Anything coming in from this minute forward is going to our new address. You can keep a copy in your Gmail, and it'll be unread. Or you can go ahead and mark it as read. I prefer to mark it as read. What you do is what you do. And then once you've got that set up the way you want it, you come down to the bottom, hit Save Changes, and that's the last time you officially have to go to Google if you've already moved all your contacts and everything. So we will close this. We'll pop that back open. Here's that one forwarded email I sent. That's now coming to the new mailbox. And now we're going to want to put in our contacts and stuff, so we'll go through that step. So I got to looking at how long this video is running. We're over 45 minutes, so I'm going to stop this here and process it out so we can get it mailed out, and then I will make a separate tutorial on the importing of your contacts and calendars. So I shall return with another tutorial. Thank you.